Hi, this is the Daily Overpass. My name is Eric and I make apps. I know some people are getting tired of me saying that, but I'm gonna keep saying it. I can't help myself, right? It just sort of rolls off the tongue after all these videos. So today I wanna ask, am I actually good enough? Okay, so last week, I think I got my first hater comment, my first, really bad comment on one of the videos. It was somebody who said something, it was kind of mean, kind of personal, and it bothered me, so I deleted it. And I actually felt guilty for deleting the comment because I thought, censorship and all that kind of stuff. And then I thought, screw it. If he wants to say something bad about me, he could do it on his own channel, right? But yeah, I mean, it kind of bothered me. I deleted it and I tried to put it out of my head, but it kind of bothered me for the rest of the day. Kind of had this, this little mild feeling of depression, nothing major, just sort of like a, oh yeah, right? And, I get bad reviews on the apps all the time, right? I've had tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands, well, maybe 100,000 positive reviews on all the apps together. But there's a few that are, and there's a bunch of bad ones too, and there's some of them are really bad. Like they're like, I hate this app. I hope the developer dies and stuff like that, which is it's always nice, right? Like I'm out to get them. Like I just made an app. I thought you would like it, and you don't. So but whatever. Thanks for the death wish. But then that kind of stuff happens, and I kind of got used to it. But I think with the videos it was a bit different because it's a bit more personal and stuff like that. But it's gonna happen, and I just gotta get tougher skin and everything. But I deleted the comment, but I'm gonna tell you what it said anyway, right? So because that's just the way I roll, I guess. So what he said was, he said, this guy, I don't remember what video it was, but he said, this guy makes bad apps and all he is talk, or something like that, right? And the reason it bothered me was because it said I make bad apps, right? Because, and it bothered me because I think we all have this feeling like, am I good enough? Like, is it, because we can all look to somebody who's way better than we are at stuff. At least, I hope we can. I guess there's, some people out there who can't. There's nobody's better than me, but, who wants to be that person, right? So it was, I think we all have this bit of self-doubt. Like we look at the App Store and we look at some of the other apps out there, maybe competitor apps or maybe the top of the App Store and everything like that. You think, this is really well done, or this is very polished, or this, look how many downloads they have. And you think, who am I? How can I compete with this, right? Maybe I shouldn't even try, right? Last month, I read a book. It was actually, I listened to the audiobook and I liked it so much I bought the book on the Kindle and read it there too because it was really good. It was called You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero, right? It's like I said, I read a lot of stuff. If you looked at my Kindle, you'd be like, man, Eric, all the stuff you're reading, all this self-help stuff or personal development or software development too. So there's lots of stuff, but usually it's about a book a week on average. Right, but anyway, one of the things she talked about this. She talked about the people with reluctance to start something creative or to start something that's different than everybody else does. And she says, it's very easy to look at people who are at the top of the field and think I could never do that. And she said, but imagine what would it have been like if Metallica had never bothered to learn music, because there's no way they could be as good as Mozart, right? So imagine all these kind of things. I mean, we all have distinct flavors of doing things. And the more I started thinking about this comment that someone had left, and I thought, yeah, I guess by other people's standards, the games wouldn't be that good. I mean, my kids say they're not fun all the time, but they're kind of language learning games, right? So it's like, it's supposed to be very repetitive. You do it and you start picking up words in Mandarin or Spanish or whatever, and it's sort of it's different than if you're playing something like, say, Angry Birds or whatever, where you're working on the dexterity and all that kind of stuff, and you're actually practicing the skills of movement. You're trying to practice the skills of memorizing characters, Chinese characters and stuff like that. And I thought it's actually a different thing. It's I can't compare myself to those other games, and I'm sure if I did compare myself to them, then it's they're much more fun. And I think the reason I wanted to bring this up is that I think we kind of all have this feeling of, am I good enough, right? And or I hope we all have that. Or maybe it's just me and I feel really stupid for having brought it up and admitting it. But anyway, I think we all have this, especially when we're getting started. There's a lot of, I know there's a lot of things that I haven't started because of those feelings of, I don't know if I'll be very good at this, or I want to be good at this, but I'm not good at this yet. And I think, when you start something new, you have to get used to a bit of criticism and be a bit more thick-skinned than I am, I guess. And also we all have our different ways of doing things. We can't compare against other people because we have our own unique way of doing things. Like I can't imagine that Adam Sandler ever looks at Robert De Niro and thinks, I'm not nearly as good as actor as he is, right? Because he's completely different. We don't watch Adam Sandler movies because we're big Robert De Niro fans, right? They're completely different categories of things, and we're I can't believe I'm saying this. We're better off because we have both of them. We're better off because we have all those different types of talents and everything like that. So anyway, just wanted to recommend that book. It's really good. If you're into those kind of things, to have a read of "You Are a Badass" is very, very good. And that's it for today. I guess I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.